everyone, Caroline here. Reaching the very last section of our geography journey around the world doesn't mean that we're out of places to explore. Not by a long shot. In fact, I want you to think about preparing for a long trip, thousands of miles, much further than we've traveled before. Now you see when I say a long trip, I mean long. Oh, by the way, when I say trip, I should probably be a bit more specific. This very, very long trip will actually be an ocean voyage! So, if you were to plan in order to go on this very long ocean trip, what would you need to bring with you? How would you be traveling? What food and drink would you need to bring? How much clothing would you have to bring? How would you find your way on this trip? What items would last for that amount of time, and what would you need to replace along the way? On your PDF lesson guide, hope you have that ready, pause the video for a minute and create a list of things that you think you might need. So, what did you list? I'm sure you covered the necessities like water, food, clothing, and that you prepared to have shelter. Did you think about how you're going to navigate from one place to another? I mean, most of the ocean looks, well, sort of the same. The peoples of Oceania, referred to as Austronesian, are probably the first place gold medal winning group when it comes to long journeys. From about 3000 BCE to 1200 CE, Austronesian people left the area around Taiwan and set off across the trackless reaches of the Pacific Ocean in search for places to call home. Whether for lands, fishing grounds, conquest, or discovery, tens of thousands made the trip, arriving at the remote reaches of Madagascar to the west, Australia, Aotearoa, or New Zealand to the south, Hawaii to the north, and Rapa Nui, also known as Easter Island, far to the east, and all of the remote places of the earth in between. And they did this without pretty much anything that we put on our list, using giant sailing canoes and navigating by the stars. Now, I don't know about you, but that would be the very definition of explorer in my book. From this dispersion, we have an incredible diversity of people and cultures to explore. Check this out. Now, I want you to imagine that you've arrived at what is generally recognized by people from where you call home as the edge of the world, Terra Australis Incognita, or the unknown southern land. You step foot in a place with the strangest looking animals you've ever seen, some so bizarre that when you bring the pelt of this little fella back, the scientists who sponsored your voyage try to pry it apart with scissors, thinking it's a prank. You also mentioned that there are people in this land down under, and it seems as though they've been there for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. The scientific community asks you to explain this. What do you say? On your PDF, create a hypothesis as to why this new continent of Australia is so uniquely diverse. Pause here and answer on your lesson guide. Antarctica's very name conjures images of never-ending ice shelves, frigid temperatures, and maybe a penguin or two. And while we usually credit this guy with the discovery, recent evidence points to us having to take that trophy away and move it back a ways. Over 1,000 years, in fact. In 650 CE, Uite Rangiora, a Maori chieftain, sailed south and saw Te Taiuka Apia, or the frozen ocean. That, and wood carvings recently found, indicate that this guy may have beat the other guy to Antarctica by about 1,400 years. I mean, looking at the rest of their travels, I tend to agree. Coincidentally, why do you think that it took so long to recognize a Maori as the possible discoverer of Antarctica over a European explorer? Pause the video here and make a guess in your lesson guide. Wisely, we didn't stay in Antarctica, and today the place is only inhabited by researchers who provide valuable insight on our planet's changing climate and, of course, keep track of the penguins. Welcome to Oceania, Antarctica, and the beginning of our last geographic voyage together. Oh, you don't get seasick, do you?